Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the episode of Evospace. Let's go back to our trip through nostalgia, playing old times. For me, it's been a very long time since last episode. I did a lot of changes here into my little platform. I have rearranged the metals here to the front part to be the proper metals itself. You still have the zinc for the brass, even though I have not used it yet. The copper, the iron here, that goes to make steel. And also, we have one arm down there, send it back and forth. Aluminum goes here to make aluminum. And here we have now the nickel, chromite, and iron from below to make stainless steel. In the front, everyone has its own stainless steel hammer with a stainless steel cutting machine to make parts. And also have some conveyor to send stuff down. And now here, all this are preparation of components or ingredients in this case. This one turn chromium into chromium oxide into chromium, manganese oxide into manganese. You have the titanium oxide that I'm gonna show just in a little bit, and this become the prepared titanium, and then combine with the chlorine to make this little thing here that combine with the manganese to make the titanium sponge that's sent up to the metal iron. And here we have the cobalt oxide and tungsten oxide being chemical reacted with the hydrogen to make the cobalt and tungsten itself. Very easy. Now I have it here for copper, iron, aluminum, and this one here is different. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 industrial separators. What they are going to separate? Well, the answer is quite simple. We have here some basalt that's macerated into the basalt dust. And basalt dust can be industrial centrifuge to get sand, aluminum, manganese, chromium, and titanium. This is one of the few oranges for titanium. That's why I have some titanium. But as a countermeasure, I also get a lot of sand and some aluminum, manganese, and chrome. That's why I have so many, because I only gain 1/10 of it. So I need two cycles of every machine to actually get one titanium dust. So titanium is kind of rare. Input one side, output the other. Here they are stacked until they get one unity, and then send it into the process line. Now here, to actually cook this titanium, we need a machine. We need a stainless steel industrial smelter, and that require copper conveyors, stainless steel, and reinforced concrete. This is troublesome, because to make reinforced, we have some recipes actually. I have one by hand where I combine 1 stone with 6 steel to get 1. Or I can go the long way to make cement with crushed bricks with steel parts to make 3 of it. Crushed bricks, as them say, you take bricks and crush it. That you have to dry and mold with a press. Understood? Now the cement dusting First you need to get the raw dust, that you get from mixing half clay dust, half limestone, and well, you just must say to get it. I have some setup down here to do just that. This monstrosity here. We have a macerator, then a mixer to make it, an upside down steel dryer to dry it, and then the final mixer to combine everything. The other side we have the one for limestone, and here we have a press to press the clay pieces, then dry it as brick, then a hammer to break it into stuff, and there goes. And here you have the steel parts coming from the top itself to make the reinforced concrete. Normally I would try to get much of it to actually make some decorations with the danger block, because it is pretty. But in this case here I only need to actually make the stainless steel industrial smelter. By the way, we have here one conveyor that is taking the aluminum parts, bringing all the way here to macerate into dust, to send it up there to combine the chrome and manganese oxide into the proper stuff. Here we have a dryer that's receiving water that's become salty, that's electrolyzed to get the chlorine and some sodium. This sodium is going to be very important. So let's take it. Let's take it as 2 stacks. Now going up there. Have anything else to show? I don't think so. The core lining goes here to combine with the prepared titanium to make the titanium tetrachloride to make the sponge. Now we need the sponge. Now we can actually go and make the industrial steel smelter, and it's pretty big. Now let's see, I have the output here and the input on top. It's pretty big. So for now let's just place it into this position here, even though it's kind of mirrored. Now for this work it requires heat and also some extra stuff here. The sponge was a lot of heat and this NaC coolant. And how we make this NaC coolant? We need to alloy smelting sodium and potassium. And where do we get potassium? For now, in this version here, the only way is stone. One whole stone dust making 1/10 of potassium dust. Oh my god. And these have to go through a trouble of macerating a stone panel, that we get a stone panel by hammering a stone. So I actually made a system for it here. We have the hammer, it receives the stone, then this macerator macerate it, and send the stone dust right here to be placed into the steel separator to become the dust itself. I think I have a knock here. I make to have 10 of it. This I'm gonna explain later, but for now we have both of it. Now we just need some alloy smelting. Maybe have someone empty here. That isn't. Nah, probably not. Let's make one quickly. Still one. Let's see, the quest is in the way. And just missing the. Why do you need the dust? Now that we're here, I'm actually going to need some heat source. It's just temporary. Let's make it here. 10 and stack. I need some fuel. Let's grab some carbon dust here. And let it cook. Now, about that huge amount of seeds that I have here. It's to make more pumpkins and bamboos. Because even though I have actually expanded my pumpkin farming, it's still not enough. As you can see, going from that to almost double size. So those seeds and the thing is to make more pumpkin farming so I can have a bigger harvest. For now, I cannot actually keep my entire base power ready with just it. I wanted to power up this, but my power consumption is way over what it can keep on. I was constantly running out of it. So I have to actually scale this to become more, let's say, less bothersome. And at the same time, I started having trouble with my coke dust. I was using it to smelt all the things above it, and now I am running out. I was using this to power my power with some furnaces with it, but splitting it is not keeping up. So I have to actually increase my bamboo production to actually be able to keep everything running. That's why I made it. Okay, now let's get my coolant here. Let's try to make some titanium. There is kind of an electric coil for it. Industrial coil. Just have to find it somewhere. Actually, no, we don't have it anymore. Because it wasn't the old version. Let's connect the power here. Now I need to put at least how many? 2. So on 2 recipes to work no stopping, need to put 4 of it. And now 1 army to connect it all. And there it goes. Now I have to deal with the hot stuff. Let's make it a heat exchanger. And some pipes. Now let's put the pipe here. Put to the receiving end. Oh. What? Oh. Now getting the dust out. But first need to actually get rid of this heat. There it is. Now I need to put a conveyor to actually split it evenly. Because I want to actually make 2 of it here. So let's make another stainless steel industrial stuff here. But we have a problem like this. Yeah, I need to actually change this. I shouldn't have made this here to face this direction here. But now we have titanium. Yay! Let me fix it off camera. And there we go. First fix this position here. And we now have titanium. Even though it is stainless steel still going very slowly. Now the only thing is slowing us is the heat. Because it is not heating fast enough. Because we don't actually have enough power to do it. That's why I need to expand my production of pumpkin and bamboo, as I said before. Because just in that azure run out. Oh, it's harvesting everything, or at least trying to harvest. Sometimes you still don't get everything, as you can see by the green stuff there. For some reason, it's not don't get harvested when it should. It's expanding, but once I connect this pipe here, you can be for sure that it's going to start to go down very fast. But I should also start to create some passive power generation, like the solar panels here. It don't produce too much power, but it's for free. Now that I have access to titanium, I could start to making titanium solar panels if I truly wish. However, it requires 11 14. It requires a lot of titanium to get just one. But I can do stainless steel, no problem. Now before finishing this up, this is doable. Let's make it. Let's grab some sulfur here and make it a molten salty titanium battery. This one's going to be huge. However, I have a little problem with it. You're going to understand very soon. Let's see. Let's put down just for you to see. It's pretty big. It's 400. So the single battery here is more than I have entire here with the other ones. However, it can only output power if it's actually hot. So even though I place it here and contribute to the power, it's not going to receive anything until it's get hot. That's why I call it molten. It's going to continually cost us power to actually store it. But now I could remove all the other batteries with almost no problem. Of course, you need to actually connect some way for the cable to arrive there. And it crashed. Back in, and now things are normal, I could say. My power consumption is extremely high. Let's change this to 390. The more of those I have here, the more power I need. But it's part of the... It's all part of the plan. Let's put some battery here just to have some more reading of the system here. Yep. Power is going down like crazy. And this is going down as well. Now let's check if oh, it's still working. Still have some bamboo left here to actually go, but it's going to get empty. So we need to actually make more bamboo to continue this on, but it's still going here. So I guess this is my maximum production for now. Completely empty here. But well, we got to the titanium. Now, we got titanium just for one reason. To make a titanium freezer. Because this is the only way to actually cool down hot hard metal. It's the last metal we have into this old version, and combine the tungsten carbide with the cobalt. Cobalt really heavy, but this here require the tungsten carbide to be macerated, and this is made into the stainless steel with carbon and the hot tungsten. The tungsten is 1 tungsten and 5 coolant and 100 heat to make one of it. Gosh damn it. Anyway, it's going to be for all the episode. This one here has been going for a very long time. And I'm gonna try to fix my power problems with some solar. So this is it. This was Ungodi. Thank you so much for watching.